going places. We're going places and we're doing things.
Yeah. We're going about 60 miles an hour, which is the speed limit on this road. And it feels really manageable. I don't really feel it back there. We're all packed up like we would be on our South America trip. So I've got all the gas cans and our tech box, and he's got the panniers and the front panniers with our lubricants and tools in it. So yeah, it's kind of the first fully packed run. So far it's so good, but so far it's been a nice speed and pretty much straight tar road, which is about as harmless as riding conditions can get. It's a beautiful day, sunny, dry, probably creeping close to 80 degrees. Yesterday was pretty killer, but we had a pretty good torrential downpour in the evening, which was nice. Cool, we're going over the bridge into Key Largo. The wind is not blowing me over yet. So far we've come 160 miles.
160.
And I think we've got about 65 miles marathon where we're going to be staying for the next 2 nights. Indian Key Channel.
So here we go.
Atlantic.
I'm already in 6.
Gulf.
Atlantic.
Oh, that water looks so nice.
Gulf.
I want to go swimming.
Till the sharks eat you. And our trailer has thus far made it to here.
Yeah.
How many miles have we gone?
Let's see. 130 plus 60, 190. Almost 200 today. By the time we get to marathon, it will be.
Atlantic. Water.
Moser Channel. We just left Pigeon Key. Now we're heading into the unknown. Or, just another key.
Must be the old bridge. That'd be fun to ride down.
Yeah. Do like a big ramp on the end. Do a Evel Knievel. Look at all the boats out there though. Must be some good fishing right here. It's nice and light traveling today without the trailer.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to go all the way out to Key West and back today. Cruising around Key West. I think we're making our way to the southernmost point right now. It's a hopping place. We're hoping to find some parking somewhere by the southernmost point, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, the southernmost point will be busy with tourists, but it's kind of one of those things you pull up, take a picture, and leave. So
right.
There shouldn't be like too many people just permanently parked.
Yeah. Kind of like the Mile Zero milepost in Alaska, or in
Exactly.
Dawson Creek.
Yeah, it's not like there was people just hanging around.
Right. I don't know, I'd hope they'd have enough motorcycles down here where they would have motorcycle parking.
Maybe. A lot of scooters.
Oh, chicken,
too.
chicken, chicken, chicken! There's chickens! Chicken crossing.
Mad chickens.
Howdy, neighbor.
Hey! Our first camera journal. Sit down if you fit in this table.
I don't think I'm fitting there. Okay, we're working on it.
We were sitting all day on our bikes, so...
I don't really want to sit down. I'll just sit
a little
like this.
hesitant. Yeah, there you go. That works. So, yeah. Here's our first campsite. Kind of just the two of us.
Well, no, this is not our first campsite.
Well, the first
Our
campsite
first
with
real
just
campsite.
with just the two of us, too. Testing out all our gear, all that. The previous 2 nights we were staying in Marathon, just outside of Marathon, at a place called Jolly Roger. At kind of like a really
RV resort.
gravel pit in a RV resort. That's where their campsites were. But it was right on the ocean, which was kind of cool. Except we kind of just felt like we were in the way of all the old people who wanted to look at the sunset. So, oh well, we had pelicans as buddies. Pelicans. But we were there as parents too. Yesterday we made the ride from Marathon all the way down to Key West and back. So that was kind of a hot semi-miserable day, but it was, there's some cool stuff to see in Key West as well. We saw the Hemingway House. They went and saw Lighthouse. We saw Fort Zachary Taylor, and then we saw the southernmost point. Oh, and then we saw a butterfly place, the butterfly conservatory in Key West. That was really cool.
And then to top it off, Brittany's exhaust fell off.
Yeah, that too. Today we rode, I think, 260
miles.
260 miles from the Keys. Basically, we started from Marathon all the way to here. We are just outside Sebring, Florida. We are at Highlands Hammock State Park. And this is what they consider a wild campsite. Or what did they say? Primitive or...
It's wild camping.
Something. Wild camping, whatever.
It's still a campsite.
It's a campsite, but it's not in the RV section, basically.
There's no electrical hookups here.
Yeah. Oh, no. But it's nice. I mean, there's a county road that goes right there. You can watch the cars go by. But we're hoping it's not super busy overnight. Let me get out of here.
This is not a drone.
Yeah, you're tall enough to be a drone, kind of. Slightly more steady.
You can get in there if you want to.
Get in there? Okay. Here I am in there. I'm in there. So our campsites and stuff are along this dirt road, kind of more sandy than anything. It starts out as like a white sand road, and then kind of turns into like a reddish brown road, and straight out in front of us is really bright, really bright red sandy road. It's really cool. I said it reminds us of Africa, but since I haven't actually been to Africa, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
Does not remind me of Africa. Not the Africa I was in.
Which was Malawi. But I remember some of your photos had the red dirt roads. That was more dirt, not sand. We're airing out all our stuff. It was really dewy and wet when we were staying in Marathon, so all of our stuff is still just really wet. So we hung a clothesline between the two bikes. We're not supposed to tie anything around the trees here. So here's our bikes. We pulled in. They did great. Ehren pulled the trailer today. I pulled the trailer to the Keys, and he pulled it out of it. The trailer wasn't that bad. You really have to watch your road conditions. If you see there's some kind of weird stuff going up, you really kind of you have to anticipate, because your handlebars are going to move around a lot. Especially if you were to hit an object lopsidedly, like one side of the trailer, it's going to kind of kick you around a little bit. You just have to anticipate it. It takes a lot more focus than just riding just a bike down. But it's not bad. It's really good. It's sweet spot at like 50 to 60 miles an hour. 65, Ehren did 65 today in really windy conditions. The wind doesn't seem to affect the trailer at all, which is great. It still affects the bikes because they're up high, their weight's more higher. They're kind of more like a sail bike, I guess, in that way. So we're kind of riding down the road at this angle today. But it's actually kind of a handy little trailer. We're not like super excited to be hauling it around. Of course, you're not as free as without a trailer, obviously. Ehren complains that he can't power slide.
My thoughts on the trailer were that it was okay, but it definitely takes away some of your freedom of riding. Kind of like when we were coming on the road tonight. It's not so much on the highway, because the highway is the highway anyway, but even then, I mean, you switch lanes really fast, or you hit the brakes hard, or something like that. It's not that it's going to just like throw you into the ditch or anything, but it definitely it handles differently than just a bike would. So there is that. You got to hit both brakes. The front and rear brakes are really important with it, because although we have really good front brakes, they're dual disc and all that stuff, that they stop really fast. They're just, you can tell they're working pretty hard because it's stopping all that extra weight. The other thing I don't particularly like about the trailer is it puts a lot of stress on the transmission. I'm not so worried about the motor itself, but the transmission, and to be foreseen if it holds up or not. I'm not exactly sure if it will or not. So those are a few of my mechanical issues with it. Other than that, the handling side of it, coming in on the road, for example, you can't just go through deep sand, or you can't just kind of go over any sort of bumps you want and play around. You can't really play around with the trailer. You can to a point, but you can't. I have a couple ideas of what I'm going to do when we get back. The bikes did pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them, except for her exhaust falling off. It was kind of funny because when it started going funny, we didn't know what it was. It could have been carburetors, or it could have been a host of issues, and it was like it was running lean, which it was, but that's beside the point. We thought it was running lean because maybe the carburetor was clogged on the front cylinder, and blah 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 blah. And it was kind of a pain in the butt. But it turns out just the front exhaust fell off, and there you go. Put it back on, and it runs like a champ again. So far they've been pretty good bikes, and the carburetors have actually been pretty good carburetors. They haven't been as finicky as we originally thought they might be, so they're not bad. And fuel mileage isn't terrible. These bikes really only got around 40 to 45, and I'm getting the worst at, well, today I was getting the worst at about 37 miles per gallon, which is 36 today, which is pretty poor. Brittany got 46 somehow. I don't know how. But
we were facing a headwind the whole way, and he was hauling the trailer, and he has knobbies. Where I have road tires.
So there's a couple differences between our bikes, but basically our average is about 40 to 42 miles per gallon, which isn't terrible. Trailer, of course, works fine. The track seems to track pretty good. Tires work good.
It's definitely an attention getter. We've had several people come up to us and ask what it's all about. Right now we're just kind of airing it. We got in about, I don't know, an hour ago. We got in about 3:30 today. I finally got to our campsite about 10 to 4, and I'm not really sure what time it is right now. About 4:30, yeah. Go get water, and then, yeah, we'll go get dinner. Here's where our tent's set up over here.
So basically what we're doing here, even though we're in the middle of Florida and this is pretty easy camping, is that we're trying to test everything out. This is what we would do in the middle of wherever we're camping, and we would have our tent and we'd have our clothesline, which is kind of a corny device, but it works good for hanging up our stuff and drying things. Our trailer and our bikes. I mean, this is basically how we'll be camping, you know.
I'm recording.
I don't know how fast I'm going. Yeah, isn't this a pretty road, though?
Believe me when I say you are not going the speed limit on this road.
I'm not going 35?
No.
This feels like 35.
You're doing maybe a 25, 30.
Well, I can't read the road. I'd like to be able to anticipate a hole in the road or something.
You know.
Give me if I go a little slower.
Just anticipate it when you hit it.
I know they just graded it, but something is in 1,000 feet.
Bridge, probably.
Ooh, yeah, a bridge. Yep. Skinny little bridge, little single lane. See, up there I'd be going a good speed limit. God, these lines play tricks on you. It's like the road.
Yeah, I know.
There's a little egret over to your left.
Oh, egret, don't get eaten by a gator. Oh, there's one to the right too.
Oh, they buds. I'll go slow because this trailer is all jacked up.
It's doing good.
It is. That was a bumpy. I was going to continue doing the speed I was, and I was like, well, I'm sure they mean 10 miles per hour for a reason.
I'm accelerating fast.
Look how clean this is.
I know, this is easy riding, man.
See, now this is 25. I have to be going at least 25. I don't really feel any feedback on some of this washboard stuff.
From the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer handles it really well.
Little hammock lane right here to the left. That's all hammock road. Which hammock road do we follow?
I don't know this one.
Okay.
I think. Actually, I don't know. Let's pull off up here in this little tiny shady spot. Right before the tar. This is the bridge over Tampa Bay. Well, yeah, that's Tampa Bay. That's the ocean. Ocean meat? I like ocean meat. We had ocean meat last night.
We had our fill of ocean meat.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Are these things gold or yellow? They look kind of gold.
They look like a dark yellow.
Yeah. You know. So we decided to go over this bridge today because everyone said we shouldn't go over because it's too dangerous or windy or whatever. But it's probably dangerous, but it's not windy today. Look at the ocean; it's pretty calm. So we decided to hit it.
I don't remember
that
why.
pelican, did you see that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was
flying.
cruising right along the top.